The Stepover is such a great move and very versatile as it can be combined with many other moves to create new combinations that will help you in matches. Well, in this video, I'm going to be giving you 7 different ways you can do Stepovers in combination with other moves in order to beat opponents one-on-one. Before we start the video, guys, I just want to mention and say thank you to our sponsor for this video, Yode, and they make these incredible wooden watches. They're absolutely beautiful. They sent me one, which I'll show you right now. They're in fact doing a giveaway right now where you can get $180 off a watch of your choice, any of the ones on their website. You can enter that by going down into the description and clicking the link to that contest. They also hooked me up with a discount coupon code if you are interested in one of these, getting it as a gift or getting one for yourself. I'll have that come across the screen and also have that in the description as well. All right, guys, definitely make sure you enter that contest. You might as well. It's a great chance to get one of these beautiful watches. But let's get right into the main content of this video. So of course I want to cover the straightforward original Stepover first, which is such a great move if you want to beat players one-on-one. This is personally one of my favorite moves. What I like to do is come at my opponent a little slowly and then build up speed or burst after I do my Stepover. You really want your Stepover to be very quick, very unpredictable, and you want to burst after doing the move. So you can see in a lot of these, I'll take a few small touches towards the cones or where my opponent would be, quickly do my move, and then burst after it, and then pass the ball into the net or shoot or whatever I would be doing in a match. You're going to need to get this technique down before moving on to any of the other techniques we're going to go over in this video, and don't underestimate how effective this move is just by itself. Next one we're looking at is the Stepover plus body feint, another really useful one, and one I like to use if I've used the Stepover already a few times in matches. It's exactly the same, except after doing the Stepover, you're going to take a step, drop your shoulder in the direction you would normally go, and then go out the other way as I'm doing here. Again, I love to use this move after I've used the Stepover a few times already in the match, so the defenders are expecting me to do a regular Stepover, and instead I do the Stepover but cut back on the other side. Again, you'll need the first Stepover technique down, and the faster you do this, the better. But again, this is another great move to have in your repertoire. You love to do this one before shooting as well, because it gets me back on my stronger foot, which is my right foot. This next move is a move I used to use all the time after watching Ricardo Quaresma do it while he was at Porto. And essentially what it is a Stepover and then a chop, or a Cruyff. You do your Stepover and then chop it back in the other direction. This is another move that has been one that's worked so well for me down the years, and one I'll still use to this day, especially if I'm out wide and want to cut inside. So you do your Stepover, and you want the defender to think you're going to just do a Stepover, and then you cut the ball back out the other way. Again, speed is very key with this move. You really need to do it quickly for it to work, and you also want the defender to believe that you're just going to be doing a Stepover. So when they try and read you doing that move, you cut back the other way and chop it onto your other side. Of course, we have to cover the double Stepover, which is another move I will use after I've done the original Stepover a few times. This is great, again, because if a defender reads your first Stepover, your second one is the one that's going to fool them. Again, speed is very key with this move, and also leaning in the direction you're trying to fake. Now, you don't have to stop with just 2 Stepovers. You can do 3, 4, as many as you want. I just find that doing more than 2 is usually overkill, although there have been situations where doing 3 has come in handy. But usually I limit it just to 2 Stepovers anytime I'm trying to beat an opponent. But again, this is a very handy move to know, and it also gets your other foot good at doing the Stepover motion, which will be handy in other situations. This next one's a very interesting one, and I call the Pato Stepover because I used to see him doing it a lot when he was at AC Milan. So essentially, you're going to step over the ball, but then move your foot around it without planting your foot, and then go out the opposite direction. This is such a tricky move and such an unpredictable move that I found it works so often. Again, speed is going to be so key with this. You put your foot around the ball, but then you bring it right back to take the ball out in that direction. Again, speed is so key with this one. I don't really drop my shoulder for this one because my foot is remaining in the air the whole time. If you're too slow with it, you may lose your balance or the defender will poke the ball away from you before you've completed the move. But if you get quick at this move, if you get fast at it, it is a very handy move. It's not one I've been using that recently, but it is one that I actually might start incorporating into my game again when I'm near the 18-yard box. Here's another really good one I like to call the Zaha Stepover because Wilfried Zaha does this one a lot. So now you're doing a step over and bringing the ball back the same way you faked with the inside of your other foot. Now, I used to not think this move was that effective until I saw Zaha do it millions of times effectively. It really actually does work. I've been doing it myself now a little bit more, and I found that it actually is a very effective and tricky move. Now, you have to time it right in order to get this right and make it work in a match, but I found that it's very effective and definitely one that I now use to this day. Final one I'm giving you is the Okocha Stepover combo, where you're going to do a Okocha move and then do a step over back the other way. This is one, again, I used to use quite a bit if I had already done a few step overs in the match, or had done an Okocha or two in the match, in order to just be more unpredictable and get defenders kind of moving inside and out. This is a move you do want to use only when isolated, usually with one defender. It doesn't really work in tight spaces, but it is one I found is very effective because after you do the Okocha move, the defender usually thinks that's the only move you're going to be doing, and then you step back over the ball and beat them one-on-one. Again, this one's a little more advanced. You need to know how to do the Okocha very well, and also the step over, which we've already gone over, but I have found this move to be very handy in matches. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Those are 7 different step over combination techniques that you can learn in order to become a much better player one-on-one. This is one of the reasons I really love the step over, because it's such a versatile move that you can use in combination with many, many other moves. So definitely start learning some of these. You'll definitely find them useful in your matches, and the more of these you know, the more of an unpredictable player you're going to be. Alright guys, thank you once again for watching this video. Please like it and share it if you got something out of this, or if you're going to do any of these moves yourself. Also take a look at the 2 videos I put on screen so you can continue to become a better player through watching and taking action on those videos. And I will see you in the next one.